The Kayfabe Crunch is officiated by Rent-A-Ref. Hire a referee for your next event. At Rent-A-Ref, our officials are qualified for combat sports events, children's birthdays, hog roasts, gender reveal self-indulgences, duels to the death, referee conventions, horse funerals, space shuttle launches, and orgies.
The Kayfabe Crunch. I'm the best in the news.
Good day, this is your Kayfabe Crunch for Saturday, February 15th, 2020. I'm Peter Pepsi Plunge. As a quick announcement, a lot of our shareholders suspect we're taking time away from our wrestling news podcast to focus on our XFL news podcast. As a result of this suspicion, Kayfabe Crunch stock has fallen by close to 100%. While our XFL podcast is a fan-centric, faster-paced news podcast, we'd like to assure our shareholders that we're still focused on the Kayfabe Crunch, as we are hard-working journalists who are capable of spinning multiple plates at once. Oh, Top story, a friendship ruined. SmackDown started with a moment of bliss, WWE's fourth highest rated show within a show. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross wished us a happy Valentine's, revealing them as villains due to the lack of consideration shown to those without dates, or even those of us who are in the middle of a murky divorce. After some awkward banter regarding celebrity crushes, mine's Gwyneth Paltrow, candles, they welcomed Carmella to the show. Bliss commented that her victory last week was surprising, as we haven't heard from her in some time. Carmella chose to ignore the jibes and instead spoke about her prior friendship with Bayley. She cited various Instagram posts as her evidence for their friendship, and they were shown on the Tron. And for a brief moment, it was as though we were attending the joint funeral of Bayley and Carmella, who presumably died at the same time while filming an episode of Ride Along. Tragic. But that hasn't happened. That's not the news. The news is that Carmella fought for the SmackDown Women's Championship and lost. Bayley stole the win by placing her feet on the bottom rope, much like a coward would. Her victory was short-lived, however, as a glowing Naomi arrived to attack the champ. The women's champion will next defend at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, a country we're now officially saying by name, as there's money to be made from progress. Cynical, cynical progress. And now it's time for your Fast Count, the Claymore countdown of news.
Fox heavily promotes the XFL during SmackDown, leading many people to believe that there's some connection between WWE and this new football league.
Baron Corbin fined for pouring beer over a fan, making him the only member of the royal family in recent history to face any form of justice.
Shorty G must now legally compete with a partner if he is to wrestle in singles action. Height specialists decree.
Hulk Hogan walks out of an interview with Bray Wyatt, likely due to Wyatt's marriage to JoJo.
The AI billionaire investment droid playing the role of Tony Khan malfunctions and forgets how to hug.
Sheamus to race in the Daytona 500. NASCAR's WrestleMania, although he has requested to drive a monster truck due to his hatred of all things small.
Simone Johnson to become WWE's first fourth-generation wrestler, after The Rock was WWE's second third-generation wrestler.
Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle go on stoner movie-esque road trip on NXT. Hopefully their championship goals won't go up in smoke this Sunday.
Sami Zayn's protest concert ruined by Elias, who, to be fair, was booked for later on the same bill.
John Cena to return to SmackDown in 2 weeks. No word yet on if he'll be the Doctor of Thugonomics or the actor of Hairplug-onomics.
Cesaro, proficient in 5 languages, swinging people rapidly, and now, cowbell.
The Nightmare Collective has mysteriously disappeared from AEW television. Can you find them in this audio picture puzzle? Yep. Holding up the image now. Bet you can't find Luther. give you just another chance to see if you can find Brandy Rhodes. And that's your fast count.
You've been counted out. Take a hike.
Before last night's mystery main event, Miz and Morrison bragged about showing up for work every week, unlike the Usos. Detractors are suggesting that Morrison missed 8 years of work, as reports flood in that he was under contract with WWE the entire time. It's just that his vacuumous personality meant he could disappear without notice. Roman Reigns revealed Daniel Bryan to be his mystery partner to face Eminem, not that one. However, before the match started, King Corbin was shown to have bought a ticket to last night's show. Due to touts and scalpers, the King will likely have paid up to $900 for that seat. In fact, I'm even going to break kayfabe right now to say that if you're a scalper, you. You're lower than Shorty G, and you deserve, at the very least, hospitalization. The match proved popular with the Canadian crowd, but come on, they're always happy. As the bout came to a close, Corbin attacked the large pupper and left him hurt in the middle of the ring. The pair will face each other in a steel cage match at Super Showdown, which will be their 211th in-ring meeting since last Tuesday. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, which meant the much-anticipated date between Otis Dozovich and Mandy Rose. Joining me now in the studio is our evening romance correspondent, Bricayla Spotifee, to discuss last night's Valentine's mishap. Good day, Bricayla.
Why do you even say that? You're British, not Australian.
Let's talk about what happened last night.
Yes, oh my god, it was magical.
Well, that's one word, I suppose. Poor Otis.
Yeah, whatever. Cry me a fountain soda. Poor Otis, but lucky Mandy. I can't believe she finally bagged a Dolph Ziggler type. By which I mean Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, come on, Bricayla. Surely even you must have been rooting for Otis and Mandy.
Are you kidding me? I mean, sure, he's thick, and that is trending right now. But apart from that, how can he measure to someone like Ziggler?
Well, I can think of a few different ways.
He has it all. He's handsome.
Questionable.
He's hilarious.
Debatable.
And his career is so mediocre that you'd never be worried about him being too busy with work.
Well, no, I suppose you're right about that one. So, you'd like to see this couple stay together?
Oh, yes. I'm already working on the branding. I'm thinking Ziggy Rose Dust, Crier in Desire, or simply Molth Wriggler.
Ugh, all of those names sound absolutely awful. Personally, I'm Team Motis for life.
Of course you are, Peter. Look at you. You make me wish Instagram filters could be applied to real life.
Thank you, Bricayla. Bricayla Spotifee there, an intern. And before we leave you today, we have a quick correction to make to last week's tribute package. In this heart-wrenching monologue, I paid tribute to the lives of many wrestlers we lost in 2019, including legendary hardcore wrestler Johnny Alkaline. Or so we thought. We've been swamped with reports of sightings of the supposed late wrestler, including one from Brent in Charlottesville, who saw him rummaging through a dumpster behind a location of a mid-sized supermarket chain. Thanks for that, Brent, and to everyone who notified us of Johnny Alkaline's reappearance. We'll be monitoring this story as it unfolds. Join us Tuesday when we'll bring you all the latest from Monday Night Raw. And remember, you can subscribe to the Kayfabe Crunch and leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser. It helps us a lot more than you'd think, unless you already suspect it helps a little bit, and then it helps exactly as much as you thought it did before I said these sentences. This has been the Kayfabe Crunch, your not quite daily, not quite news, bump for the world of professional wrestling.
The Kayfabe Crunch is officiated by Rent-A-Ref. Make sure your referee is wearing vertical stripes. We've heard horror stories of unofficial officials unofficially officiating official events using horizontal stripes. Not only do they make a ref look husky, but any decisions they make are illegal. Trust experience and rent a ref right now, right this second. Rent a ref.
The Kayfabe Crunch.